Okay, so in this equation, we're asked to solve for x. We have x plus 2 equals 10. Solve for x. So the question we have is, what number plus 2 is 10? I know many of you can do this without using algebra, right? The old way to ask this was box plus 2 equals 10, right? In the arithmetic class you may have had. Here, what goes in the box? Well, you'd say 8. The problem is that later on this is going to become more complicated. So what we want to do is we want to develop a system for solving these so we don't have to think so much. So in this case, let's put a box around the x. This is what I'm trying to solve for. Focusing on that. And the question we ask is, what is not an x over here? And we want to move that to the other side. So what is not an x is this plus 2. So how do we move a plus 2? What we do is we ask ourselves the question, how is this plus 2 connected to the x? How is the 2 connected to the x? In this case, it's being added. And so to move it to the other side, I have to do the opposite operation. The opposite of addition, you know, is subtraction. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Okay, so on this side, I bring down my x. And just to show you, we're going to have 2 minus 2 is 0, equals, and then 10 minus 2 is 8. We normally don't put this step in. I just did to show you what happens. Here we're going to have x equals 8. X plus 0 is just x. Now in solving equations, you should always check these. So we can take this 8 and plug it in for x and see if we get a true statement. So on the check, let me use the color here, is 8 plus 2 equal to 10. Sure it is. Now later on, these get a little trickier, right? They may have fractions or decimals. If nothing else, they'll have more numbers involved. So these can get a little trickier than simply x plus 2 equals 10. So that's what we're trying to set you up for. We're trying to set you up to where you can just kind of mechanistically, algorithmically go through these using these procedures of moving the term, in this case a 2, to the other side by doing the opposite operation. Okay, we'll try to solve